World of Champions on Go TV. Love it.
So real, so fresh, natural goodness every day. Thick and healthy, good for everyone.
Loco is a guy, fresh milk
I drink it every day. Dairy Gold.
Introducing Dairy Gold Full Cream Milk. From our carefully selected farms to your home. Packed with all the nutrients you need every day.
Dairy Gold.
Dairy Gold Full Cream Milk. It's farm fresh.
Trade Kings, improving lives.
This is news on the go, only on Diamond TV. We catch it as it happens. This is news on the go, only on Diamond TV. We catch it as it happens.
It's summertime again, another time for family. Call up all your neighbors, juice up and join the party. In my drink it wama wama, now my flavor yanzuna nzuna. So call up all your friends, tell them let's juice up tonight.
Juice up, juice up.
Juice it up and let the party go.
Juice up, juice up.
Let us juice it up for life.
Juice up, juice up.
Juice it up and let your happy show.
Juice up, juice up.
So come juice up with me. It comes in granatilla, mango, pineapple, 2 liters and 5 liters, dilute in each concealer. Now step to the left and step to the right and move, cause it's a perfect day for a perfect juice. So let's juice up tonight.
Juice up. Let your happy show.
Let the party go.
Juice up, juice up.
So come juice up with me.
Last week, 2 of you had to be sent home.
They'll be like, oh, look what Makitu did to fly chick Shana. And I'll be like, ooh, let's see what he did. And oh, it's the same guy again.
When I walk in, you sit up straight. You don't press your phone.
This is not your cousin's kitchen or your cousin's production room. This is a business and we want to see seriousness.
For the kind of entertainment that grabs all your attention, we got you with MTN Netflix bundles. Just dial *117# and select Home and MiFi bundles to purchase Netflix bundles for your router or MiFi.
This is News on the Go, only on Diamond TV. We catch it as it happens.
Only identified by mirrors, hidden from reality like cheppers, creepers, dancing within the halls of my scalp. I carry beliefs and principles tattooed with a permanent mark, not afraid of the dark. Blackie, yes. Give Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Enough is enough. If it is not enough, then it will never be enough. Not until all of us join Stanbic by a brick campaign. Is it better? Saving can make a difference. Yes. Buy a brick and build a house.
G-H-E-T-O, ghetto. A simple word but so emotional. When I put on my spiritual glasses, I see broken bones, deep wounds caused by sharp thorns, wounded souls, closed doors, shattered lights, abused rights, closed the windows. I see orphans, disabled and poor widows. A dark compound, living in sadness, persisting in madness, considered useless due to their blindness. Ghetto is not a useless place. That's not the case. My heart breaks, my soul shakes, my only place being looked at as a disgrace. Ghetto is a place where young people are proficient, but resources are insufficient. Young people full of talent, but pain is our second parent. Gosh. But we're still clever. We come together, build a house, tell my spouse, we buy a brick. Last week, raise money in a week, come together. Amaika Tulushi, Nabandani, we do it together. Viva, viva! Viva! Viva Federation! Viva! Thank you. My name is Arendem and I'm doing the session.
Another big hand for our youth. And indeed, the message is loud and clear. If we can start with this generation, the young people, to begin to have that mindset of saving for the future and making their lives better, I think the future is bright, for sure, for sure. Some of us start thinking about such things when it's too late already. But if we can start this young, this early, it will be a wonderful outcome at the end of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd now like to invite Mr. Mwindwa Siagadima, who is the Stanbic Bank Zambia Chief Executive Officer, to come and give us his remarks. I think Stanbic Bank deserves a big round of applause,
Thank you. Viva Stanbic Bank, viva! Viva! Viva Federation, viva! Viva! Louder, a little bit louder than that. Viva Stanbic Bank, viva! Viva! Viva Federation, viva! Viva! Well done to the youth. That was a very nice poem there. The President of the Republic of Zambia, Your Excellency Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, represented by the Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development, Honorable Charles Mulupi, MP. The Lusaka Province Minister, Honorable Shiomiliata, represented by Mr. Gomeziani Gondwe, Acting Deputy Secretary, Lusaka Province. Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Housing and Urban Development Engineer Dani Mfune, senior government officials present, Member of Parliament for Chilanga, Honorable Lazo, Stanbic Bank Board Chairman, Dr. Abraham Mwenda, and the Board of Directors here present. May I write on the protocols of the previous speakers that were ably highlighted here by the previous speakers. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I wish to begin by saying thank you very much for coming through to this handover of the 67 houses that we've got to hand over today. We have 55 houses that you're seeing here, and we have about 12 houses in Katuba that are being handed over as part of this. Definitely the majority wins, as they say, so we are at Kasubi today. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Minister, we are pleased to be here at this moment when we hand over these beautiful houses. A journey that started about 2 years ago now, and we were basically approached by the proposed process on housing and poverty in Zambia and the Zambia Homeless and Poor People's Federation, who just spoke a few minutes ago. They shared their vision of uplifting lives of the underprivileged in our communities, which story touched all of us at Stanbic Bank Zambia. As part of the Stanbic Bank's socio-economic and environmental goals, what we are doing here today, ladies and gentlemen, also aligns with 2 sustainable development goals. The first SDG that this speaks to is SDG number 6, which talks about clean water and sanitation. All the houses you're seeing here and the ones at Katuba have got running water. They have running water. And I think that deserves a round of applause. They also have a proper network in terms of sanitation. So we are doing away with things like pit latrines in the communities that we live in as part of this initiative. The second SDG that we are tackling is SDG number 11, or Sustainable Development Goal number 11, which talks about sustainable cities and communities. This is all about making cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. We have built sustainable houses, dwelling houses here that are resilient. I'm sure when you look at them, you notice that they won't need to be painted and repainted, year in, year out. They stand out. We built these using local materials, which is basically supporting the individuals that are around us. And these actually have been built by the occupants themselves. There was no big contractor, Mr. President, Honorable Minister, who came here to build these houses. It was actually the occupants, the beneficiaries, and in some instances, some of our members of staff that helped, and we thank them for that. This demonstrates how we as a bank, together with our partners, coming from the private sector, have partnered with government in providing access to adequate, safe, and affordable housing. We're therefore calling on the private sector to join hands with us as Stanbic Bank in this Stanbic Bank Buy a Brick campaign, so that we make this a yearly event that changes hundreds of people's lives. We heard earlier that in a neighboring country, Namibia, they are into their thousands. We need to get to above with thousands. We need to be talking about millions, and we can do it if we all put our hands together. Our partners in this, Honorable Minister, Your Excellency, can be anyone from the private sector. It could be private individuals, our customers, cement manufacturers, construction companies, hardwares, and in fact any institution in Zambia, because Zambia is our home and will drive our growth. We need to partner with government on this initiative because we know that government cannot do this alone, because we are partners in development. You know, earlier in the month there was the public-private partnership dialogue, which was launched by His Excellency the President. And these are part of an initiative like this is one of the things that can actually help ground that and grow that into something bigger, because as a private sector, we are coming in to partner with government. So our ask as Stanbic Bank Zambia Limited is for us to join hands, because the impact of these 67 houses and 67 households living in a better environment makes Zambia a healthier and more productive place to live in. Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you once again, and my task is a simple one, and at this point in time, I would like to call upon the Stanbic Bank Board Chairman, Dr. Abraham Wenda, to come and give his remarks. I thank you.
Federation. Viva Federation. Viva Federation. Of course, Viva Stanbic. Thank you very much. The Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development, Honorable Engineer Charles Milupi, MP, representing the President of the Republic of Zambia, His Excellency Mr. Hagaimbe Hichilema, the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Engineer Darling Fune, the Lusaka Province Deputy Permanent Secretary, Mr. Gomezian Gondwe, sitting in for the Honorable Minister of Lusaka Province, the District Commissioner, Chilanga District, Mr. David Sheleni, the Council Chairperson, Chilanga Town Council, Mr. Champion Tembo, the Stanbic Board of Directors, present here, and of course the Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Mwindwa Siakalima, the Stanbic Bank, members of staff. Let me also recognize the People's Process on Housing and Poverty in Zambia, Country Coordinator, Mr. Nelson Mube, the Zambia Homeless and Poor People's Federation National Facilitator, Madam Joyce Lungu. Let me just say, all protocols observed. A very good, I hope it's still morning time. On behalf of Stanbic Bank, I extend a warm welcome to the Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development, Honorable Charles Milupi, MP, and all the esteemed guests who have made the time to join us today for this very important event. Honorable Minister, about 2 years ago, we embarked on a journey. This is a journey that we believe would bring tangible, sustainable socio-economic development benefits to the communities in which we operate. A journey that would make a difference to that family that is yearning for decent housing, shelter. Today is a happy day as we finally realize the journey and see it come to fruition. 2 years ago, we partnered with the People's Progress on Housing and Poverty in Zambia and the Zambia Homeless for Poor People's Federation, two local non-governmental organizations which share with us their vision of working with the grassroots communities in informal settlements to access decent land, housing, and basic services that promote sustainable livelihoods. Honorable Minister, housing is one of the basic human needs. I think somebody said fundamental human right, in addition to good food and nutrition, health care, education. According to the National Housing Policy, Zambia's housing deficit stands at 1.5 million. I think, as was also noted, I think the number is far much bigger than that. And it is projected to double, if not triple, in the future, especially by the year 2030. We are well aware of the many challenges that the country faces in providing decent housing due to a growing population and in particular rapid urbanization, as we have more people coming from the rural areas to the urban areas. The latter challenge, that is urbanization, has put enormous pressure on the supply of affordable and decent housing. As a result, we have seen a rapid growth of informal settlements that lack basic amenities such as adequate and easy access to clean and safe water and hygiene and sanitation services. At Stanbic Bank, we say Zambia is our home, we drive her growth. However, we realize that there can be no home if people do not have a decent place to live in. Therefore, as a socially responsible bank, we dream of a Zambia with decent housing for all, especially those who have been left behind. As a bank, we have a robust corporate social investment policy that focuses on the basic needs, that is education, health, and community upliftment. In education, we have substantially... Some more hands? Thank you very much for that appreciation. In education, we have substantially invested in the mentorship programs, with the notable one being the First Lady for a Day program that we have sponsored for the past 15 years. The past 15 years. This is a program that brings in academically promising school children from underprivileged backgrounds from all the 10 provinces of the country to Lusaka, where they have the opportunity to visit State House and be mentored by the First Lady. In addition, the bank has a secondary school scholarship program for students from underprivileged backgrounds, again, and has sponsored the building of a classroom block at Mbambe Primary School in Fuliro. In the health sector, we have built a children's hospital in Nkushi. And more recently, we have also built a mother's shelter in Zambia's peri-urban areas to mitigate against the problem of maternal mortality. Honorable Minister, through the community upliftment pillar of the bank, we seek to drive sustainable empowerment and value to the communities in which we operate. And it is on this pillar that we believe we could make a big difference to the country's housing challenge by investing in low-cost but quality housing like we're seeing here. Honorable Minister, over the years, we have also worked with Habitat for Humanity in providing affordable and decent housing for the underprivileged. Recently, again, and the reason why we are here today is our partnership with the People's Progress on Housing and Poverty in Zambia and Zambia's Homeless and Poor People's Federation to invest in what we call the Stanbic Buy a Brick Housing Empowerment Initiative. The Buy a Brick Housing Empowerment Initiative is targeted at our society's vulnerable groups who are living in challenging conditions in compounds with the hope that the low-cost houses built for them will be a driver of not only decent housing but also wealth creation and a better Zambia for all of us, one house at a time. Honorable Minister, in the last 2 years, we have managed to construct 67 houses with 12 units built in Katuba and 55 units here in Kasupe, and at a total cost of 5.5 million kwacha. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Our aim with the Buy a Brick Housing Empowerment Initiative is to bridge the country's housing deficit, which we say 1.5 million estimated now, but of course it's far much more than that. We understand that it is within our role as a responsible corporate citizen to do our part in assisting the government in addressing the affordable and decent housing challenges being faced at the moment in the nation. Our plan was to construct 100 houses by the close of last year. But the onset of the COVID pandemic and the sharp rise in the cost of building materials hampered our progress in achieving that set target. As earlier highlighted by the Stanbic CEO, Mr. Mandu, I wish to take this opportunity to invite other organizations, including corporates in finance or non-finance sectors, to come on board and participate in delivering this noble, decent housing initiative for the underprivileged communities. This project is not only open to Stanbic Bank, but also to all organizations seeking to making a tangible contribution through their corporate social responsibilities to the communities in which they operate and make money. Allow me to make a special mention to the Chilanga Cement Company, which rose to the occasion and partnered with us through supplying cement at a concession that is a reduced price that was very critical for construction of the targeted number of housing units. At Stanbic, we believe that if we work together as partners, it is possible. Let me also thank the Stanbic CEO, management, the board, and all the staff for the hard work that you have put in delivering on this particular initiative. It is also important to note that underprivileged women were in the priority of the beneficiaries of the houses. This goes to underscore the belief that when you empower a woman, when you empower women through education, through health, through, what's the other one? Health. You build nations more than just a village. Gender empowerment. The women, we are happy to note, undertake various self-sustaining initiatives that bring food to the table, as well as education and good health to the children. This aligns very well with our, what we call Anaka's banking proposition that looks at financial literacy for women among the many other solutions that we provide to our clients. We wish to go further and look forward, partnering with the People's Progress on Housing and Poverty in Zambia and the Zambia Homeless and Poor People's Federation to explore other ways in which we can offer financial literacy sessions to the beneficiaries of the houses, these houses, and the many others we intend to build. Honorable Minister, as we officially hand over the houses today, it is our sincere hope that this housing empowerment initiative has opened doors to a decent life for our beneficiaries and their families for a better Zambia. Together, it can be. Thank you for your attention.
Once again, another big round of applause for Dr. Abraham Wenda, the board chairperson of Stanbic Bank, Zambia. It's time for another commercial break, so to speak, as in my other job. And this one now will come via the Ensemble Arts Acres. And they have a performance for us. Let's put our hands together for Ensemble Arts Acres.
Hallelujah. Ako. Watu wa Bwana.
Bwino bwana.
Bwino ako. Wapasi na patepo ka? Wapasi na patepo.
Kama silika tempo yuni wose sikati ini.
Patepo ako pa. Ine ako. Sometimes. Pangono sa. Ni one reference. 99 jobs.
Ati?
One reference. 99 jobs. Ila kumba mikoti. Ima chaya mabini. Dishara voce pino. Umunu storage. Mapao na kuwa.
Hapa ni pastorate.
Pastorate ya.
Okay. Unasikia kwa laki?
Laki ndilo amena hapo. Ndiye pa nyumba panga pana.
Hallelujah.
Yapo ndiye hapo hiyo. Ndiye pa God pamele pana.
Alaki mngabwela katika msane bwino.
Zona.
Nina njino sabini sana nikakupa seni.
Ine nyakulolela tiwa mtakamesi. Wasa mkutekesha.
Ya jari nezo kama kuna wakastoma pino. Kitika bisani pino wakastoma. Wakastoma nani wania?
Bwino mlibwani.
Bwino.
Haba ni mbudu bala famina.
Bwino mlisha. Imwa tamaka tamaka. Muri bakalamba. Wana ni ufumo mone ni chirusa. Wana ukata istotia mkutakamesi.
Ya jari. Manje vera jari. Osa kadilana ukajari pele ngozi za kutoshirako. So samenyana pa. Mwambe nako. So.
John Bennett.
John Bennett.
Okay. Nezo funo ziba laki wakati.
Dini. Deni ipacha. Waslim mama. Lazima.
Lazima bela.
Ana kuuzani kutenga vinyarara mkomboni utaira pa proti panga ni ndani.
Hapo masoko neza mdala. Isinga kale proti ya ndile landlord ya.
So alamu tangala wabili.
Enza bila mona mdala.
Uvimba mwanga nitumbira amani.
Nakana kona kanilani ndio nakanilani.
Sasa bakunienda dabro. Usaona mavarido haya yapa yadi pa.
Okay, mama alikuisa shida yonse chande chumali chilekele. Kosa ya fshara.
Ndio bane kero.
Na fa tuishi.
Era fshara bane machaya, sini mstorage. Na ndio jara mablene.
Sorry. Sorry, Dad.
Soma kurumbira kuti imalo haya. Ni yangu.
Kaini yangu musiba.
Kaito na plot number ini hapa. Imwa mani musiba. Mwezi mnaba mulika ngono manini. Au kwa tana amuna wana senza katu.
Bali fwe bali.
Manji. So munikane plot ili hapa.
Yaita kona.
Wa, shaka. Cross your cam. Sifu novela manoezi ementiano hapa. Otherwise zapenda muka mkima. Zaka moka fufu. Nukupeleka nukupeleka.
Awe.
Mutu wafanya muchita hivi. Muleta matenda kwa tukifani. Penze mutengwa. Unatema mtengwa.
Kaini yangu. Mtengo tuwezepata. Kaini mwakona mwameno.
Shut up! Cross your cam. Sumuza utukuli climate change.
Climate bali chinja bali.
Sini kama nikamba climate kufika kwa zintu za Mulungu za kirekendo cha Mulungu za sita kamba kaimo mwewala mutavinyarara hivi kana muunjika hapa ni matendo tisitwa matenda tena orota mutone shut up tone jibalika vula ikaroka maza taikira yangeno manyumba ya watu wafutikira moja
ni fwa wana mayo fwa watulira
wana mayo kwa mamuzi wanakuzika kuli matendo masikwani diarrhea kolera typhoid na mkuru wao wamenua kama coronavirus.
Kama mwamene, kama mnomani. Naona tabe mwamene. People's process on housing and poverty in Zambia. Haichinjiziwa hichi. Ichinjiziwa hichi banki yako. Stanbic Bank.
Wakambabu ino manini. Mwana wakambira, chiyanganira, bayanganira pa watu, walipe manyumba, watu wofutika, wanu walipe po ukwila.
So mulenda kwa bati, balero lushabati abantu abachula basha. So if in inendi, na nakutina konga kubankulira kwa kayanga.
Maninga ndi mwazimayi ozipereka. Mwapanga tumabungwe. Mukapanga kabungwe, mukula every time you buy a brick.
Buy?
A brick.
Ndiye chani. Mani kisubiri chwako.
Brick isi. Mwana nchero kapela mwamwete. Tumapani brick tuje. Mwakulako.
Kamosi.
Mukakula mwafaka. Mukapanga tubungwe. Ba Stanbic Bank. Ba chani zina kumandani manyungu. Funa kisabo kanchapela kuti. Mukayandana kuti. Mweona compound ione kaiti. Nita compound ija muntu Afrika kana nyumba monga ija.
Manjako.
Pari toilet, pari mans, pari road, not mu shanty compound.
Mu shanty compound.
Mwanzikata kumutima mwala njipaya. Muno ni mushanti, muno te mushanti, muno ni mukomboni.
Okay.
Wakabaka sapuna ni mushanti. Ni mukomboni.
Kwanani bwera iyi t-shirt ilipa campaign tuza abantu bari bose especially bazimayi uno mwati ndio osali ndio vutikiramo so mzimayi mukagwiriza mukapanga tumabungwe mwamboja mwapanga monga tuma cooperative mwenda mwendo tutarejesa ma cooperative ngatifuna kumanga monga mapesa land ndiyana kupani kwa plan land kuti azaipanga kwaje pali roti pali chani not kumanga chimange mange
kamba kwina
wana ulini nakona kuti ndi opozi
mani ngako
wakamatipa kwizi
Stanbic Bank
ili kuti
ili kairoti nkosiana siyana
okay mwana wakabila wakambagwino manini uoneka kuti unanzera ino time uli suppose ungala pa school olota kufina mwabalufu wai mwankalaso maswa upunzira so
nas grade 11 yepa na
wamba kuma mowa so okay muchifundo changa apa pa proti panga uzasala mwapesesa chifuka i project enokuuta vishala suzi wachabe ivi vishala vinandrama ngati uvisenzese na nzeru zako vinandrama koma kasuza konga malapolo yanga pano uzachoka ungana na masaka ngati yama plastic tabe wayunga wafaka paeka mabonzo paveka malata
paeka
niza kusakira makampani zeno chita recycle hii wafuti mkweza pa school
Unapasa basi kumwana wewe.
Unaresenya. Daftari yangu hapa ananikiesa maya. Apa ni cinta nak? Bakal company nak. So ini company yang agak stiff nak free tu pano. Can you go? Can you go out?
Soka pamena hapa papa sasa mama kama mnana fera mnawa basa kila jira mwana ngamengire kwa nyumba monga leo balochinga leo kili kukasupe so tizenda naye kuti muzee wanzangu kuti muone wanzangu wana mangira manyumba ya bwaji chifukwa chikuru pa nyumba ni chani ni toilet ngati toilet palibe bwino wakuma yada ngamwe manzi ya clean na umkombo na mwewe manzi ya clean
ako hapa tia mzanuza bwino kwa na pesa kwa pipi set kamera na wandani na stand back nwazi tia mbele
osa dandaura wale wapeseka monga bali mufira
mame
aba wali mkailo wali mwanaka mbila ndiye kuli head office
I think it ya
ndipozo kuja sukuti mkayopo mkafika tilia mpaka machizungu mpaka machindudu chili chose ni wali Zambia
wali nation
chilenje
how are you
That's been several artists. They give a big guy. And so now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite the permanent Cabinet Secretary in the Ministry of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development, Engineer Danny Mfune, to come forward and invite our guest of honor to address us. Engineer Mfune, let's give him a big round of applause.
Asante sana.
Good afternoon to all. The Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development, Honorable Engineer Charles Mirupi MP, representing His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, the Deputy Permanent Secretary, Lusaka Province, representing the Minister for Lusaka Province, Honorable Sheryl Muriata MP, the Member of Parliament for Chiranga, Chiranga District civic leaders, senior government officials present, the board chairperson, Stanbic Bank Zambia Limited, the managing director, Stanbic Bank Zambia Limited, the chief executive officer, People's Process on Housing and Poverty in Zambia, representatives of civil society, representatives of private sector companies present, Kasupe community members, members of the media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. My role this morning is very simple. I have been tasked with calling upon the Honorable Minister to deliver the keynote speech on behalf of His Excellency, the President, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, who, due to other important national needs, could not. Thank the Honorable Minister for being here with us on behalf of the President. Before I invite the Honorable Minister to deliver the message from His Excellency the President, allow me, Honorable Minister, to state that the 2020 to 2024 National Housing Policy has measures that are intended to create an enabling environment for all players in the housing sector to address the national housing deficit. These include re-engineering of the institutional structures and developing financial mechanisms with the primary aim of ensuring that all citizens, especially the low-income groups, are guaranteed access to affordable and decent housing. As part of the implementation of the National Housing Policy, the government has embarked on pilot projects for settlement improvement where social housing units are being constructed for the vulnerable citizens in order to improve their living conditions. As an enabler in the housing sector, the ministry is engaging community mobilized groups participation in housing development by promoting the production and use of local building materials. Communities are being equipped with knowledge and skills in housing development which imparts them with lifelong skills that support community cohesion. As a ministry, we look forward to working with all stakeholders in addressing the challenges of housing in Zambia. With these remarks, it is now my singular honor and privilege to call upon the Honorable Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development, Honorable Engineer Charles Mirupi, MP, to deliver the message from His Excellency, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, the President of the Republic of Zambia. Honorable Minister, sir.
Oh, they are disorganized, are they? very much. I appreciate. Indeed, he has done a lot. And we appreciate him for the sacrifices for this nation. It's now my pleasure to deliver a speech from His Excellency the President. Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development, Honorable Charles Milopi, MP, that's myself. Lusaka Province Minister, Honorable Shiu Muriata, who is adequately represented by the Deputy Permanent Secretary. Senior government officials present. Stanbic Board of Directors, led by the Chairman, Dr. Abraham Mwenda. Stanbic Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Mwindwa Siakalima. Stanbic Bank Management and Staff. People's Process on Housing and Poverty in Zambia. Country Coordinator, Mr. Nelson Kube. Delegates from Slum Dwellers International, Zambia Homeless and Poor People's Federation, and the National Facilitator, Mrs. Joyce Lungu, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed with great pleasure that I'm here to officiate at this important and joyous occasion where we will witness the official handover of housing units to the beneficiaries of a homegrown initiative on housing empowerment. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, housing is a critical basic need and a human right as recognized by the United Nations. It is for this reason that it is included as one of the targets under the Sustainable Development Goal, number 11, which aims at achieving access to adequate, safe, and affordable housing and basic services and upgrade slums by the year 2030. However, despite this recognition of the importance of housing to human survival and well-being, the majority of our people continue to lack access to basic housing in both rural and urban areas. About 70% of our population continues to live in informal, unplanned settlements without access to basic social amenities such as water, sanitation, and electricity. We must therefore do more to uplift the living standards of our people and ensure universal access to decent housing for all. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, our country currently faces a considerable housing challenge with a deficit of about 1.5 million housing units. This deficit is further expected to grow to 3 million by the year 2030. This occasion today therefore makes me happy that our partners are working with us to ensure the living standards of our people are improved. Under the initiative of Buy a Brick Housing Empowerment Program, Stanbic Zambia has supported the construction of 67 low-cost houses at a cost of 5.5 million kwacha, under which 12 housing units are located in Katuba and 55 housing units here in Kasupe. This means that so far, a total of 67 families have benefited from the initiative and been relocated from Mandevu, Kanyama, Banana, and other townships. government, we appreciate the efforts of our partners and we greatly appreciate the efforts undertaken by the initiators of this project in complementing government efforts. The People's Process on Housing and Poverty in Zambia and the Zambia Homeless and the Poor People's Federation, who have partnered with Stanbic Bank Zambia to address the challenge of poverty and people living in informal settlements through the provision of decent housing is very much appreciated and cherished. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, our government will support these kinds of partnerships and initiatives that aim at improving the living standards of the underprivileged members of our society and the country. It is good social corporate responsibility to invest in the society and communities we operate for. I therefore wish to encourage other corporate entities to emulate Stanbic Bank Zambia and lend a helping hand to the most vulnerable in society. I shall repeat that. I wish to encourage other corporate entities to emulate Stanbic Bank Zambia and lend a helping hand to the most vulnerable in society. We want to see the private sector partner with government and communities they serve to address the country's pressing challenges. This is what we alluded to when we launched the Public-Private Dialogue Forum, in which I emphasized that government cannot deliver on its own. It needs all hands to drive the ambitious socio-economic development and transformational agenda of the New Dawn government. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let me also applaud the Zambia Homeless and the Poor People's Federation, a grassroots group who raise finances for housing development through our very own community banking system, or Chilimba. This system, I'm reliably informed, has since led to the purchase of the land in Kasupe for the housing project. I would like to encourage our community-based organizations and groups to emulate such efforts by showing ownership of the projects and they engage government and the other stakeholders for partnerships and support. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, I wish to take this opportunity to re-emphasize our government's commitment to ensuring that we lower the cost of delivering goods and services in the country. As government, we firmly believe that if we can lower the costs of delivering infrastructure, including housing, we can draw maximum value for money from our resources and ensure more of our people benefit from the infrastructure development agenda of the government, including the provision of decent housing. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my singular honor to declare these housing units officially commissioned and handed over to the beneficiaries.
Thank you very much, Honorable. We will ask for you to immediately proceed, sir, to the cutting of the ribbon, or the unveiling of the plaque, and the cutting of the ribbon. Then also go into inspect the housing units.
Who support the tenants?
Where are not? Come with that one. Hey.
Your name again? I think the you have to show the side.
So this is the design.
That's the design. Yeah. Okay. Do you want to show the?
Yeah. So this is the design of.
How many bedrooms is this?
So we combined, there is 2 and 1. So if you check on the legend, the red one is showing the 1-bedroom unit. Then for the 2. I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. Yeah.
And it's a detached concept. Basically, to
maximize
on the land, yes. Yeah. But it's also cheaper because you're sharing a wall.
The BOQ was just behind there. Yeah, down there.
Let me get the BOQ.
So that's the first page. The last page. This is front page. Pass us all the papers. Behind there. Yes. So that's the last page showing the total cost there. But we are in a 1-bedroom.
2 but semi-detached. Semi-detached. So we're talking about 2 households.
So yeah. You
So
wanted to
that
check
115 is for 2 bedrooms.
for 2 bedrooms.
Semi-detached.
Madam, it would be even much cheaper if there was not a consideration in terms of VAT consideration. So if we didn't have to pay.
This was New Vision Reinvented.
We already have a good following, as I have noticed. There's about 7,911 followers.
Some of you came up with half-baked information, and this information you brought in to justify numbers that were not real.
Okay, I think I have overstayed. Lunch is gonna kill me.
You were quoting your prices in rands in Zambia, where we use kwacha. What happened today?
Diamond Media Technical Business Solutions. This is a specially designed product created to create solutions for your events and office demands. Our state-of-the-art equipment includes the latest camera technology, wireless video transmitters, and switches. This makes it possible for us to broadcast or film your event with the least possible cable hardware. We have the capacity to stream and broadcast content on both yours and our platforms anywhere using our latest satellite technology and easy to set up streaming devices. This makes it possible for us to complete our setup within 30 minutes and stream with the highest internet connectivity possible in Zambia. Your conference, webinar, award ceremony, gala dinner, boxing bout, or similar event will be covered effectively. Our outside broadcast vans that are fully equipped with power backup solutions and standby internet connection. With the ever-increasing demand for fast internet connectivity, we make our satellite equipment available for you to hire. The state-of-the-art and easy-to-use satellite technology will be set up at your premises, and you will enjoy uninterrupted internet supply straight from our trusted service provider.
GoTV and MTN Momo have super exciting news. Pay for any package using MTN Mobile Money and stand a chance to win 1 month GoTV Super subscription. Dial *668#, select option 2, and follow the instructions to make your Momo payment. You can also pay with the GoTV app. Nikuwina pa GoTV na MTN Momo. GoTV. Love it.
Pembe, my choice.
Introducing Boom Household Bleach for those stubborn stains that stay forever. Boom Household Bleach protects your home from stains and germs. Trade Kings, improving lives.
It's summertime again, another time for family. Call up all your neighbors, juice up and join the party. In my drink it wama wama, now my flavor yanzuna nzuna. So call up all your friends, tell them let's juice up tonight. Juice up, juice up. Juice it up and let the party go. Juice up, juice up. Let us juice it up for life. Juice up, juice up. Juice it up and let your happy show. Juice up, juice up. So come juice up with me. It comes in granadilla, mango, pineapple, 2 liters and 5 liters, diluting each concealer. Now step to the left and step to the right and move, cause it's a perfect day for a perfect juice, so let's juice up tonight.
Juice up. Let your happy show.
Let the party go. Juice up, juice up. So come juice up with me.
Download the Airtel TV app and watch Diamond TV anywhere.
We've waited a long time for this moment, and we're ready to go.
That is back up! That is back up! Baggio! He's got his goal. It had to be Ronaldo. Messi. Oh, Messi! Mbappe! Oh, my word! El Rey Pele! Oh, how about that? Glorious! Oh, can you believe it? I swear you'll never see anything like this ever again.
Catch every single moment of all 64 matches of the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022. Live on SuperSport. Here for every fan. Only on DSTV.
Fairview University College, based in Lusaka, is enrolling students in food production certificate level. Duration, 6 months. Entry qualifications, grade 9 school certificate or grade 12 school leaver. For mature entry, 1 year working experience plus a letter of recommendation from employer.